Okay, the session is being recorded. So the topic that we are discussing is all about the computer network. So what is computer networks? Imagine devices interconnected. It can be wired or wireless. So when you connect the device in a small or a large geographical area, it is called computer network. Now, there are some means of connections. We can use wired or wireless. What are the examples of wireless? I think there are uh, what do you call this? There are some cables that can be used for wired. For example, UTP cable. Okay, are wired. Coaxial cable. Those are wired. Wireless, radio wave, and infrared. Okay, so next, I think we already have a what do you call this? The introduction. Now, another terminology for networking is the speed which the data is moved from one place to another. So that is data transfer rate. Uh, Imagine the information that is being transferred to us. When we say data, it is binary in terms of one or zero. So the data transfer rate is a major issue in computer networks. The faster, the better. Because the faster the data transfer rate, the lower that latency. That is our target, latency. When we say latency, that is the time for your information to be sent and be received as well. Okay? So that is our target. Now, as we continue, this is an example of a client-server model. So the client requests to the server. What are the requests? For example, for the web page, can be a web page. So we have HTTP. If there is S is secured. Without S, not non-secured. So websites, web page, can be an email. Okay? So hypertext transfer protocol. We have also a email, the SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Can also request DNS, domain name server, or DNS system, DHCP, dynamic host. Those are the requests. Then the server will respond from the client's request. That is called the client server model. Okay, so I hope that is clear for us. As we continue for the computer network, now file server, where the information are stored. So we have hard drives. And also now if we are using web server, we have a computer dedicated to responding to requests for web pages. That's I'm uh, talking a while ago, the HTTP. Okay, now the LAN, most likely it is a small network wherein imagine this is the building. Then we have different floors. Now each floor, for example, have, let's say, for example, 5 PC. The interconnection in each floor is called LAN. The interconnection within all of the building is also called LAN. Now, how can we say that it is one? It can only be a wide area network if we allow an ISP. or an internet service provider to connect us, to connect those LAN to LAN. So that is the services that we pay for internet service providers. So that's the time that it will become wide area network when there is an internet. Once you're connected to the internet, you are already in the wide area network. But if you're interconnecting within a small geographical area without an ISP, that is called local area network. I hope that is clear for us so that we may understand the difference between the local area network. Now, these are also very important when it comes to topologies. The topologies are the design. Okay, so what are the examples? We have the ring, star, and bus. Maybe we can see how does the ring looks like. This the ring, simple. But you can see one of the disadvantage if one connection or one device is uh, not functioning, all of the flow will be also not a function. So that is the disadvantage. The star, maybe it can be the central hub or central node. Oh, this act as a overall manager, network manager. Example of a central node is you can use hub or switch. That is the typical. The bus, we have using a single communication line used to carry data. But the requirement for here, the single line that we need to use must be in high capacity. If not, data traffic will occur. Okay, now, if in a LAN connection, we call it Ethernet. And we use bus technology for local area networks. Okay? Since in the LAN, we can monitor the size. So we seldom used bus in a WAN, no? Now, wide area network is a connection of two. That's what I'm talking about a while ago. Two or more local area network. Usually a large geographical. When you are connected to the cloud, that is wide area network. So imagine this is the cloud. Okay, once you are connected to the cloud, you are already in the wide area network. Now, in order for us to do that, we need a gateway. This handles all communication between LAN and other networks. Then the communication between network is called internetworking. Internetworking is simply the internet or the WAN. That's why I'm talking about that wide area network is an internet. Okay. Now, as we continue again with the discussion, metropolitan network is like a uh, connection among infrastructures in urban cities or large cities. Okay. So now, if you ask, is there anyone who owns the internet? The answer, nobody. Because imagine that if there is someone or some personalities, a single person owns the internet, he can be considered the most powerful person in the world. Imagine he can have an access for everything. So who owns the internet? It's made up of many smaller networks. Okay, the smaller networks are owned by a person or an organization. So in an internet, that is really defined by how connections can be made between this network. Okay. Now, a typical network, as you notice, we already know that a LAN to LAN using a gateway. So a gateway meaning to say similar. If this PC has an IP address, then a subnet mask and a gateway. This gateway should be the same with the other one. So we have the same gateway. Then this gateway should be interconnected. This symbol is a symbol of a one, maybe a serial. Okay? And then LAN to LAN is one. That's why uh, local area networks connected across the distance to create a wide area network. Okay, what else? As we continue the discussion, backbone at think for the connections of internet. This is a set of high-speed networks which is used to carry internet traffic. So examples of companies that can be considered a backbone: AT&T, IBM. While the internet service provider, it provides services, usually it connects us so that we can have an access to the internet. These are some of the typical uh, devices that can be used to connect a home computer to the internet. So basically, if this is the cloud, usually it is connected with a modem. This is the internet. Okay? And then we have a router. Okay, usually it is, and then we can able to connect. Let's say for that, the switch. Okay, and then ito a typical PC. This is simply a LAN, a local area network. Now, a DSL uses regular copper pole. There are times that using analog. That's why we have a modem. One of the job of the modem is to convert analog to digital or digital to analog. Okay, that will be discussed in the next, I think, next sessions. But those are the internet connections that we need to understand. What else? Broadband, it is in which we transfer a connection in which transfer speeds faster than 128 bits per second. One of the terminologies that we need to understand is the speed of download and upload. Download, getting data from the internet to your computer. Uploading, you are sending data to the internet. Okay, so take note of that. Now, traditionally, we have circuit switching in terms of uh, switching technology. We have the circuit switching and the packet switching. Now what we have discussed is the packet switching, because the traditional using circuit switching methodology, but here we are using packets. What are packets? These are the messages which are divided into fixed size. We call it packets. So the network devices called routers are used to direct between packets. So the messages sent by the packet switching. So what happened to the messages? The message is divided into packets. Now the packets are sent over the internet. Most likely the most expedite or the fastest way as much as possible. Now packets are reordered and then reassembled at the receiving end. Okay, so those what happened. Now, in terms of open systems, I think in terms of the protocols, when you say protocols, these are the rules that govern communication. Imagine one system could not communicate with another. So therefore, there is a need for interoperability. What is interoperability? Because the device itself cannot communicate. For this to be operated functional, we need the interoperability, so that this is the ability of the software and hardware on multiple machines and from multiple commercial vendors to communicate, leading to open systems. What is open systems? That is the common model of network architecture. Actually, we have open systems interconnection or the OSI that we will be discussing later. Okay? Now, as we continue, these are the OSI or the open systems interconnection. This is the OSI is the reference model. Although not typically used, for example, in the actual setup, more on the experimental, but this is arranged by this is established by the ISO, International Standardization for Organization, the OSI layer. So we have 7 OSI layer. It can be in this direction, okay, from physical to application or application to physical layer. So what are those physical? Most likely these are the data is in bits, frames in the data link. This is network packets. Then segment for the transport. Then these are the data or the information or character. So most likely, other mnemonics, please do not throw sausage pizza away. So that is one thing that we need to understand. Okay. Now, again, what is the mnemonics? So that because we cannot put the OSI in any order, it must be in ordered. But what must be the ordered? Layer 1 is the physical, layer 2 is the data link, layer 3 is the network, layer 4 is the transport, 5 is session, 6 is presentation, 7 is application. But my question is, how should we arrange that? Or how can we recall? We have mnemonics. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. Please is for the physical. Data link is for do, network is for the NAT, so on and so forth. So this advantage for us so that we knew the OSI system. Now, the network protocols, as we know, are layered such that one relies on the protocols. So what are the protocols? Usually the IP is in the layer 3 of the network layer. This is the one in the router or in the IP or in the network layer. Okay, transmission protocol, most likely the segments, this is the layer 4, and this is the application. Which the application can be considered layer 5 to 7, which is the session, presentation, and application. Now, there are protocols that we need to follow on those layerings. Okay? Now, the TCP/IP, this is another set. Actually, the TCP stands for the Transmission Control Protocol, where the TCP software breaks messages into packets, then hands them off to the IP software for delivery. And then the orders reassemble the packets to their destination. So what does the IP stands? Internet Protocol. So IP deals with routing of packets to the interconnected networks to the final destination. Then the user datagram protocol, it is the alternative to TCP. But the difference, TCP is highly reliable, while UDP is less reliable. But generally, faster compared to the TCP. Now, in terms of high level in the application protocol, this is most likely the email. That's what I'm talking, the email. Or the simple mail transfer protocol. This can be found in the email. Okay, file transfer is something like, let's say, Bluetooth sharing or using UTP cables. For example, APC, if we can share file using a cross over cable. So if we will interconnect, we are sharing files. Telnet is more on the configuration. For example, we will be dealing with that. And the hypertext transfer protocol for the web request. Okay? So I think if you're familiar with HTML5, Java, you can create web. But this is a service, okay, which is also a high-level protocol. Okay, now, as we continue our discussion here, now, one of the features or definitions here, the MIME, o multi-purpose Internet Mail Extension. This is the idea of network protocols wherein from the word itself, multi-purpose internet mail, you are extending internet mail. Okay, application program can decide how to deal with the data. Now, the ports, for example, the HTTP port 80, POP3. POP3 is post office protocol, internet relay chat. These are the ports. Domain name is 53, 25 for the SMTP, FTP for the 21. Those are some protocols and the ports that they use. So maybe we can be familiar, or if not, it's okay because we will be deal with this. Now, what is firewall? Most likely, this is used to monitor the incoming packets. You can deny or accept those packets depending on the configuration. Okay, so you are protecting your system from inappropriate access. So imagine this is the cloud. Then connected to the firewall. This is most likely the typical symbol of the firewall. Okay, and then the router. So this firewall can be a hardware or software or both. Okay, so take note of that. Okay, so these are the a firewall protecting LAN. So imagine this. This is the internet users. This is the firewall. The firewall is the one that protects the LAN. Okay, from threats, or can be used also to, for example, you don't want to access the YouTube or the Facebook, the Instagram. This can be uh, those social media sites can be denied. You're just allowing, for example, entertainment websites, so on and so forth. Okay, that is the function of the firewall. Now in the network address, again, we are discussing the basics of the computer network, some of the important terminologies. For this is the host name. For example, Carlo Romero at fu.edu. For example, me living in the Philippines, PH. So most likely this is the host name. That is the unique identification. Specifies a particular computer in the internet, and these are the examples. This is for education. This for the commercialized. So when we say commercialize, this is used for um, uh, to generate income. Example, Facebook.com, YouTube.com. It can be used for monetization, etc. Okay, those websites so that you are familiar. Now, this is an example of an IP address. Actually, we have a example or discussion of this in a separate topic. This is called the IPv4 or the Internet Protocol version 4 address. For you to have a better understanding, this is an example of a decimal dotted notation. But take note, this just a decimal dotted that can only understand by human beings, but not by the device itself. Because the computer, since the computer only understands binary, it can become converted to binary. Now, what does the computer understand? So I will convert this to binary. So imagine 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So we will be adding 205, 108, 192. So if we add 128 and 64, this is already 192. So how many do we need so that we can reach 205? So I think if I will be adding 32, that will exceed 205. So I will mark it 0 as well as 16. Okay? So what can we use? Maybe I can use 8 because 192 plus it's 200. So 204, 205, and 0. So this is the 205. Because if we study it, let's say for example, it's 39, 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. 39, I think this 1, this 0, 0. 32 plus 8 is 40, 48. So 0. This is 36, 38, and 39. Okay? So now if you will count how many are the bits. Now for 145, that is 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. So for 39, for 145, that is 1. We cannot add 164 because this will exceed 145, that is 0. This 160, 0. Now if we will add 128 to 116, so 140, I think that is 144, if I'm not mistaken. 128, that is 144. Okay, then 145. Then the rest are 0. Now, if we want 18, for the 18, okay, so 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Now, if we will add this up or count all of this is the 11001101 dot 001001111 dot 100100001 dot 0001010. If you will count that, that is 32 bits. This is the binary. This is the language understood by the computer. Then each has a byte. That is 1 byte or octet. So meaning to say, an IPv4 address contains 32 bits. So this is, by the way, the binary dotted notation. And that is called the IPv4. Now, as we further continue, that is what I'm talking all about. IP address can be split into network and host. How can we determine the network and the host? Okay, let me discuss to you. Okay, so now is as if we will add this 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Adding the ones, 128 plus 16 plus 4 is 148. So this is 64. This is 8, 72, 76, then 78. So if you will add all of this is the equivalent decimal dotted notation. So this is the thing that we need to understand when it comes to the network addresses. Okay? I hope that you understand this. Because later, I will be showing to you the packet tracer. Okay? I will be introducing to you. Okay, next. I think we can now continue the discussion. Now, the domain name, again, this is uh, the thing that the computer name followed. For example, csc.villanueva.edu is a domain name separated into 2 or more sections which specify the organization, possibly a subset. Or maybe 2 organizations can have a computer name, the same thing, because the domain name make it's clear which is one being referred to. Now, we have a top level domain or the very last section of the domain. .com is commercialized. .net is network. Org is non-profit. What is the difference between the .org and .com? .com is for profit, while the .org is non-profit. .edu is for educational. .in is for international. .mil is military. .gov is government. So if there is a .gov, meaning to say that is a website by the government, or .biz, business, .info, .pro, .museum, .aero, .coop, so on and so forth. Now, what else? Now, .au, .br, .ph, those are country. So, organization based in countries other than US corresponds to a 2-letter country code. PH for the Philippines, United Kingdom for UK, so on and so forth. Domain name is simply used to translate those names. Actually, when we request, let's say for example, these are the the PC. Then we request to the server. Okay, when in terms of web, in order to access this, for example, the google.com. Now, it has corresponding IP. Now, in the, you say in the URL, we have HTTPS, www dot something dot. Now, it has corresponding IP. Now, instead of typing this, I can type 192, for example, 168.1.1. Okay, or that 4, for example. I can access the Google. But if we have a domain name, you can now write the name of the website. So that is called the domain name system. I hope that is very clear to all of you. Okay? Any questions before we proceed to the next to the laboratory?